right, today is Monday the 17th, and today just my plan is to just drill all these holes out to number 40, pull the plastic off, sand it down. I'm going to use my orbital sander to basically deburr all the holes, and then I will dimple these, and then after that I need to sand the whole thing down and acid etch it and then spray paint it, and I think that's all I'm going to do today. So I'm going to get to it. Alright, I don't know if it's because it's a replacement part or if Vans changed the way that they make these, but when I take my number 40 drill and I go, it's already matched to the right size. And I thought I was going crazy, but I ended up grabbing the flap skins and I'm unable to just shove it right through. So I guess I could just go straight to dimpling these and not have to worry about re-drilling every single one of these holes. So I guess that's a win. So this is the first big skin since we've moved into the new building. At the old shop, the two tables were lined up perfectly side to side. Apparently I have probably about a 1/4 inch gap, which was just not working well with the dimpler. So fortunately I still have my old dimple station table and I was able to use that. It's not nearly as convenient as having the two flat surfaces side by side with the table, but I'll make do with it. All right, so I'm all done dimpling and scuffing the back side of this. You may have noticed that I switched dyes when I got to here because this skin's gonna be underneath that skin. I use dyes that are just a little bit bigger so that it sits better. And then to scuff the back side, I just took a typical Scotch-Brite pad and cut it to the circle, and it really makes doing large flat surfaces really easy. And if you're not doing that, I highly recommend you try it out. So now I'm going to clean this up, throw some acid on it, and wait about 15 minutes, wash that off, and then I'm going to prime it, and I do believe that will be it for tonight. All right, I'm gonna call it a night, I believe. I need to go home, eat dinner, do some laundry. I got this all primed up. This is ready to go. Tomorrow, or whenever I work on this next, I just need to bring down this side a little bit so that these two skins should overlap fine. But there's really nothing stopping me from attaching it down there and getting it going. While I was waiting for the primer to dry, I grabbed some of the cable tie mounts that I printed, used some VAB tape, and just attached them on both sides. I also made a mounting clip that will attach to that so that I can just, I'll either tape it on, or it does have two little ears so that I could just pop rivet it on, and then I don't have to worry about this just flopping around while flying. But yep, I think that's going to be it for tonight. Have a good night. All right, today is Tuesday, whatever the day is after Monday. Today I started by just getting the skin set in place. I'm going to do this rivet first and this rivet first. This way, if I butcher it again, I don't have to drill all the rivets out. So that's my plan, and then I'm just gonna work down this. I have some stuff I'm supposed to do later today, so I don't know how much later I'll be able to work on this, but I'll get as much done today as I can. All right, that was a pain in the ass, but they're in there. So now I feel comfortable doing the rest of these. Even these ones, I mean, they're still a pain in the ass, but they're not nearly as much of a pain in the ass as the first ones in that row. So I'm gonna get back to it. So today is Thursday. Yesterday I think I said it was Tuesday, but apparently it was actually Wednesday. Unless everybody's playing a huge game on me this week. Friday came fast, or at least my weekend's coming faster than I thought it would be. Yesterday I left here after not doing very much. Pretty much just like those 15 rivets or whatever they are. I was just way too hot. I had not been sleeping well, so I ended up falling asleep at like 9 o'clock last night, which was great. Had probably one of the best nights of sleep that I've had in a long time. So now I'm just gonna keep on going down the line and see where we go from here. It is about almost 6 o'clock right now, so I'm going to work till I get like ridiculously hungry. Then I'm going to go home and eat and then be back tomorrow. So let's get at it. just had a moment of panic. I was looking over here and I was like, oh shit, I didn't dimple these holes. And then I looked right here and saw that one was dimpled and these were countersunk. And I was like, oh crap, did I completely miss a step? So I came back over here. There's a chair there, I just walked into it. And like reading the instructions, just going bonkers. I'm like, why isn't this here? Came back over here, looked at this side, and then realized that that's the top side of the skin. That's the bottom side of the skin. I basically had this big mental block that I just completely screwed up and just didn't do anything. Ended up coming back here, going back to the top skin section, and confirmed that I was just an idiot, which seems to be the case. So while working on this, I started hearing some noises from my dryer and went over and looked at it and discovered that my dryer's an alarm, and it sounds like we lost the fan cycling switch on it, so we got to fix that tomorrow. And then I had to open up the door because it was just getting ridiculously hot down here. So I think I'm going to, I don't know, it is almost 7 o'clock. I'll work on getting a couple more of these done, maybe about halfway down the row. Or I kind of want to get at least down to here, just above the stiffener row. And I think I'm going to call it a night. Alright, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm basically right at the stiffener row. Just realized that the last time I did one of these, I said I should probably wear a long sleeve shirt while doing it, and once again I did not. So, alright, hopefully I'll be back at it again tomorrow. Alright, today is Friday 20th, I believe. Kind of starting this a little bit earlier today because I apparently have to work tomorrow. So I don't know how much I'll actually be able to do. So first plan is to get the middle row done, and then I'm going to try to aim and get all these done. If I have time, I will start mounting that skin there. I know I need to take that control rod out. I also hit this with some spray so that I can scan that so that I can basically get the right dimensions for how wide that's supposed to be, and then I will scan that after. And then I need to do the tips for the horizontal stabilizer, but I'll probably do that later because it's buried back there. So let's gonna get back to it. All right, inboard wing skin is complete, and the outboard bottom wing skin is mounted. I cleaned it up, put my piece of electrical tape to remind me to not continue any further past here. So the next thing I'm gonna do is scan my vertical stabilizer, and I will go into more on that in a bit. All right, so the white stuff is 3D scanning spray. That basically wipes right off. That was a completely futile effort because I really needed to just focus on the inside. So I got that all marked up and grabbed my scanner, and this is what I came up with. So this is basically just the inside. So now I can measure the thickness of the fiberglass and bring this into Fusion, and I'll be able to basically come up with a plug that will make that will force that to be the right shape. And then once I know that it's the right shape, I will scan that completed piece, and then I will be able to come back here and model that in Fusion and be able to 3D print that instead of having to do a ton of fiberglass work that I hate doing. All right, today's Saturday the 22nd. I had to go do some work today, so I wasn't able to spend the day here. So I'm just gonna get going on this. I'm only thinking I'm gonna probably work on this for like an hour or two today, because I'm kind of tired. So, all right. All right, I've lost my motivation. If you guys know where to find it, please feel free to let me know. But I think I'm going to call it a night for, as far as riveting goes. I want to say I'm 96% of the way done with the top row. I just don't have it in me today to deal with these close quarter rivets. So that sounds like a problem for future David. You may have noticed I went and found a bungee cord and I just hooked it to the bottom of the skin, and I don't know if I caught it on camera or not, but I did try it nice and slow before actually just like letting it go. So that made getting that top row done a lot easier. Mainly because I just wasn't trying to like maneuver the skin over my shoulder every single time. So I think I'm gonna clean up this disaster here. But I'm not gonna record that because that's not even remotely close to exciting. But I think that'll be a wrap for this week. So thank you for watching. Bye.